Okay, so I was writing some shit and thinking and talking about some stuff, and I had a revelation. Basically, while I was writing, I said that the night that CERN and all that shit happened and the Georgia Guidestones blew up, when I gave myself to God, I said I heard three loud booms and I could see everything. And I think whatever I did that night was some sort of like Freemasonry ascension bullshit, and like I got to see everything because of confessing. And now let me tell you what I saw. This is what I saw. When I was at the 33rd level and could look down, it's like there's a giant pyramid mountain thing. God's at the top of it. There is a demonic assault up one of the sides of the pyramid. And like the thing cruising up to the top of the pyramid is CERN. It's cruising up there to be a battering ram. It's like Grond, the hammer of the underworld in Tolkien, like to batter down the gates of fucking Gondor. Like, it's sad. But in that moment, when I could see everything and do anything or whatever, this is what I think I did. I've been trying to figure it out because it's kind of like crazy. It's all crazy shit, so I don't know how much of this you want to believe. But I've been casting demons out of people my whole life. I'd see one, I'd take it. And I'd do this because basically I'm a crazy fucker, I think. I don't know. I was told to do this. There was something in me saying fucking go do this. And the thing that I've, told every demon ever was, what do you really want? It's not me. You want absolution? Ride with me. Help me. Leave me alone. And I'll ask God for your forgiveness when I meet him. And I've been doing that the whole time I've been here. And I always thought that I was some sort of dark thing or whatever. I didn't really know why I was doing what I was doing. I was just gathering power. And that night in that basement confessing to God, when I hit that 33rd level, it was like my demons and shit and everything that I'd been gathering was waiting for me there in that realm. And in that place, while I could see everything from the top of the pyramid, I could see where I was. And my place was as like a giant Balrog leading the fucking assault on hell, from hell. And I had a battalion of demons with me. Like a lot of them. A number beyond reckoning. And in the moment that I confessed my sins to God, I was not restricted in what I could do as that demon anymore. Because that's the thing, is in that realm you're kind of a slave, and you have to do what they say. And my demon self, and all of the ones that were with me and following me, ran up the pyramid, through the walls, through all the levels. Like, the demons that were with me were now on mounts. They had horses and were riding as fast as they could. And I didn't need a mount because of what I was. But demons don't have horses there. There are no horses in fucking hell. I don't know where the horses came from. I think that's what caused us to run through all of the fucking walls and everything. It was like we were no longer fucking what we were or some shit. We ran outside of time and existence in the universe. We ran to in between CERN and God. We stopped 2 feet shy of killing God, looked him in the eye, and then turned around and broke CERN. And basically said that the devil could kill us. And in that moment of fucking suicide, because that's what that was, I was something greater. Worthy? I don't know. Worthy is the word that comes. And the second that I did that, all of my demons were no longer demons. They were something else. Spirits of holy fire. I couldn't see what I was exactly. Whatever I was had pretty much died in blowing up the fucking battering ram, from what I gathered. It was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. And the fact that all of this kind of like, that's what was running through my mind just while I was smoking and kind of losing it here at night, being a crazy person, while the Georgia Guidestones get hit by lightning and while CERN gets turned on. Like, I don't know if you should believe everything that I'm telling you guys, but like, I think I'm some sort of, I don't know. I was definitely evil, but now I'm like quasi, like, I don't know. And like, I wasn't even evil when I was evil. Like, that's part of it is, I don't know. I think I was always meant to be where I was. It felt like everything I'd ever done in my whole life, every mistake, every fucking demon I'd ever gathered out of somebody, everything led me to the point where I was at, where told God that I had no idea what I should do, and that I wanted to be a part of His plan. That I just wanted to be happy and to be a part of His plan. And that when I did that, that's when all of this shit happened. I think this may be like, most people who are fucking giant demons in hell don't usually give themselves to God. Like, the thing that makes me scratch my head more is, what if I am like Lucifer or some shit, and the point of this whole experience has been to bring me back to Him? I don't know. This is where, like, I don't really know who or what I am. I just know what I saw and what happened. And there's, like, consequences of it and shit. And, like, to be honest, the thing that comforts me the most is pretty much this looks to be good, whatever it is that's helping me. I'm going to just start calling it God. Yahweh. Because, like, that was the God that I gave myself to that night. I was confessing my sins to Yahweh. I think it's funny that the demons want absolution. Every last one of them, when I offered them that, were willing to leave whatever it is that they were fucking with and follow me, and not only follow me, but leave me alone. Demons don't do that. It's just nuts. And this is what makes me think, like, am I the fucking Antichrist or some shit? And is that maybe not the point of the Antichrist? Is maybe that, like, humanity has gotten to the point where, like, they're about to kill God. You know? I think maybe, like, the point of the Antichrist is misunderstood or some shit, too. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the Antichrist, too. But I think it's odd that when I confessed my sins to God, the Georgia Guidestones blew up. Like, that's not normal, people. It's just not. You can all admit it. Like, I always thought I was different. I didn't know exactly how or why, but, like, I think you get that feeling when you're, like, 6'5" and freakish. And like, I don't know. Makes me wonder about what Jesus was like. Like, was Jesus some freak too? Maybe every prophet that comes here is a freak. Like, maybe that's the big lie, is that there even is an Antichrist. Maybe it's just that the next prophet comes. That's kind of what I think. Like, I am the divine prophet of Crom. Here to, tell you to, I don't know. To be honest, I like what Jesus said. Like, that's the ironic part, is if I am the Antichrist, I'm telling you to, like, listen to Jesus. You should most definitely and assuredly listen to Jesus. But at the same time, like, I like to know everything, and there's a lot of the Jesus people that are real closed-minded. Part of the thing is, too, the more I, like, think about this and talk about this, the more, like, I remember little bits or whatever. Like, it helps. And, like, part of the thing that I remember just here talking to you is that at first, when I was in that demonic form, I wasn't free to do what I wanted until I confessed to Yah. And then when I did, it was like the fucking chains were loosened. There were no chains, basically. And, like, part of the thing that I think about this is that God, for whatever reason, can't go fuck with CERN. I think it's like not the demons doing the CERN part, it's us doing the CERN part, and he gave us free will. However, being demons, my demons can most assuredly fuck with that thing. And I think that's one of the things that they're running into with CERN, that they're like, how is this possible? Like, that's what you keep hearing from them about CERN. It's like, they're like, how is this possible? Like, there must be, like, God must be real. Or it's like, yeah, God is real. God is real, and he sent me and a legion of demons into CERN. And, like, to be honest, if that did happen, if that is real, I'm proud of my demons. I'm quite sure, given the nature of their education, that they're most unfortunate things to deal with. They might know how to fuck with electronic equipment, you know? That's kind of what I'm seeing, is that basically they're not going to make any more progress on CERN. I don't even know if they're going to be able to turn that on again. I hope. We'll see this summer. And the thing that I keep telling people is, if you believe any of this shit that I'm saying, like, fucking pray to God that he helps the world, like, during the summer solstice this year. I don't know exactly when that is, and I'm pretty sure whenever they say it is isn't, because last year it was July 6th. July 5th. July 5th, I guess. That's when they turned CERN on. CERN is built on a temple to Apollo, and that makes me think that it's associated with the sun god, and the summer solstice would be when he's at his strongest. And, like, the thing that I really think is that there is a devil or some shit, and he is trying to get here. And whatever I did that evening upset many apple carts. I wasn't supposed to be able to free myself, much less all the rest of them. But, like, isn't that how God works? Like, I already had what he needed. He just gave me the keys. Pretty crazy. I don't even know how much of this shit I believe. I don't even know what or who I am anymore. Like, honestly, this whole thing has been surreal as fuck. So much so that, like, I've been pondering about this shit for, like, a year almost now. It's coming up on a year. And I've talked about it a little bit here and there, and I don't know how much of that you guys heard. But, like, I'm gonna be talking about this shit all the fucking time now. How the fuck did I do this? Like, this is part of the thing is, like, I think according to the science people, I didn't do this. But, you know, I saw it all. And the weirdest part is that it was like I existed outside of time and space for a few days. Like, I don't know, my house was shielded from changes in the wider universe that were happening because of magical shit I did. Like, I don't know. And that's the thing is, it wasn't even me, really. All I did was confess. Confess and then, like, have an argument with God a little bit. Which, our argument was basically that, like, I didn't know he was God or devil or what the fuck I was talking to. And I wanted reassurances and proof that he was God. Like, he was like, that's kind of not how this works. And I'm like, well, it's how it's going to work this time, motherfucker. So, you know. That's how we got the Georgia Guidestones thing. I don't think that was really in the plans. Maybe. I don't know. I definitely willed that part of it. And, like, I think that's part of this, too, is some of this was I did something through sheer willpower while sitting in a basement. I don't know if this happens to everyone. If you confess in a basement and walk up 13 steps wearing Freemason jewelry, maybe. Because, like, this was part of it is I had my great-grandfather's Freemason jewelry, and I was like, fuck it. I don't know what to believe in anymore. I'm going to go down there and wear this shit and confess to Yahweh. I hope that's the God of Freemasonry. And judging by the reaction, I think that might have been affirmative. Considering that the Guidestones are an affront to Freemasonry and Yahweh. They have his languages on it saying demon shit. And, you know, now they're a pile of fucking rubble, aren't they? At least the one that had his languages on it. I think that's a sign. A lot of people would be like, that was targeted by the fucking neo-Nazis because of... No, it wasn't. This was... If anyone did this, that, like, if this wasn't spiritual in nature and a lightning strike like I think it was, and it was a bomber, then this was a Islamic extremist, I believe, or something, who didn't like that they had demon shit written in fucking Arabic on there. That would be my guess. Like, if the FBI is watching this and is like, well, who do you think did this? I think it was a thunderbolt from God. However, that can take many forms. And it looks like on the videotape, you can go look up the lightning strike shit online on YouTube. I found a video of a crazy guy talking about it. And it's basically that when the explosion happens on the Guidestones, the light bulb in the picture glows like 100 times brighter. And I seriously think that was some sort of like Viking space magic, Thor's hammer bullshit that hit that fucking Guidestone. I think maybe that this was some like preordained sign to Freemasons. I don't know that this is good or bad. My guess is that this is a good thing. Like, it can't be a good thing to have a stone monument to Satan. It just can't. That was my argument with God, was basically, could you do this for me? I want one thing. I'll do whatever you want me to do, but I want one thing. It's like, what's your one thing? I want them fucking guide stones gone. Like, by his reaction, I really think it was, well, I was going to do that anyway, but sure. You know? I don't know why I fixated on that. I think it's because those guide stones said they were made by R.C. Christian, and R.C.'s my initials, and I always took that a little personally. You know, it makes me wonder what else I could use this ability for, but somehow I think that's how you turn into the devil or some shit. Like, I think one of the things going on with me is, like, I have, like, the magical potential of, like, whatever, something crazy, and I choose to use it to talk to cats. Like, I could fucking destroy universes, probably. And I use that power to talk to cats and trees. You know, I think this is why I might be the destroyer. Like, you wanted to meet the devil. I don't know. I seriously think I might just be a wizard. But, like, Moses and Jesus and Elijah were fucking wizards too. So, like, something's going on. I have a magic stick. Don't make me use it. One of those, like... The best part is, the magic stick I got, I found it at the bottom of that basement in the stairwell while confessing my sins in the dark. Like, basically, my hands were touching it when I was done doing that. I was like, what is this thing? I was like, oh yeah, I remember making that. And it's like the first weapon I ever made that broke. So I think it's very symbolic. I think there's some strong fucking magic going on with that piece of shit. And, like, I think it's no coincidence that basically the second that I confessed myself to Yahweh, I was given a stick like Moses. Like, that's some weird shit. I went back and watched the 10 Commandments. And I saw that shit go on, and I'm like, I got a fucking stick when I talk to God. Like, this is where, like, in the end of days, there's supposed to be all the prophets come back. You know, I said I was the Moses for your times, or maybe this is how it happens. I don't know. What I do know is that CERN is fucking evil. And that God is good, light is good. Jesus was good. I debate whether Jesus was God or not, but I think that's a debate one should have. It's one of those things, like, you should never just accept what people tell you. I think even Jesus would say that you should fucking question whether he was God or not. That it's healthy for you to have the debate. And I don't mean, like, question whether he was from God. I mean question whether he was, like, one in the same with the creator of the universe and the Holy Spirit. So I debate that. It's one of those things that, like, a lot of people say that, but according to my research, I don't see that as even being a plausibility of being what the actual real Jesus believed. So, I hope I'm not the Antichrist. But if I am, I think I'm the best one, you know. Not too many Antichrists would confess their sins to God and want to lead a battalion of demons against the fucking high technology or whatever the fuck that is. You're welcome. I imagine I'm not very welcome in hell now. I would love to know what anyone thinks about the Georgia Guidestones thing. It's one of those, like, I really believe that this happened. I really believe a lot of what I've just told you, like the Lucifer fucking Antichrist shit. I don't know. Could be. It's as reasonable an explanation for what I saw as anything. That's where I'm at with it, man. And if you love God, I think you should rejoice because He's doing shit in the world to benefit you. He is here and working, doing something. Crazy shit. Tell me your conspiracy theories on CERN. I'm very curious to hear. See you guys later.